Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it is literally 2:52 a.m. and I want to get this video out for you guys tomorrow morning since it's Friday. I edit all my videos and always do the voiceovers last, and I've been so super busy, but I had to get this video for you guys tomorrow out, so I'm doing a voiceover really late. So I have my first time ever client Liz joining me, and as you can see, she has plenty of damage. Her hair was bleach and toned many times, and the last time she went, they totally melted her hair off. So it gave her kind of like a mullet, and literally her hair at the top is like 2 to 3 inches long. So I know I'm going to get a lot of crap about putting bleach on her hair, but this is what I decided to do. There's ways to do it healthy, and there's ways to do it not healthy. Bleach, at the end of the day, lightener, is going to be very damaging. We're poking holes into the hair to lighten it up. It's always going to have that risk, but there's ways to use your brain and do it smartly. So I purchased about 3 tubes of the SilkLift Strong by Goldwell. You guys know I love Goldwell lighteners, Goldwell products all together in general, especially Top Chic and Colorance, which is their permanent and demi-permanent color. And this lightener has 5 different versions of itself, but this is the strong one. And let me tell you something, guys, if you're looking for a lightener that gets a decent amount of lift, and it also is very non-damaging on the hair, even though all lighteners damaging, this one does very minor damage. It was amazing. I mean, I felt very confident putting it on her hair. I used it maybe twice in the past, and I decided to go out and buy 3 of them, and I love them. I still love Oxycure, that's my go-to, but this lightener was really good. I love the consistency of Goldwell lighteners. They just have the perfect creamy consistency, and they're not too blue. So I am using my frame art foils. These are the ones that are pop-up sheets you can rip in half yourself. I like having thinner foils lately. I can pack more in. And if you notice, I am doing a low light as well. But when I do my actual lightener foils, I am barely putting any product on, tapping just that 1/2 inch regrowth and maybe overlapping just a tiny bit, and that is it. I do not want to put any more damage on her hair. The ends are pretty blonde. She's about a level 9, and we're going to keep her there. We just want to get rid of her roots. When you're a lightener on the scalp client and you're used to getting your hair done every 4 weeks and you have that white root, it's hard to adjust to highlights, but I told her this way is a lot more healthier, to trust me. And you guys will watch the process as we go through it. I will record every now and then a couple of sessions in the future to show you guys how well her hair grows and how we can keep it healthier with the Babylights over on the Scalp Lightener. So I'm using SilkLift Strong with 20 volume, and I'm using my Lowlight, which is Goldwell Colorance 7N 7G, and I'm just doing lowlights whenever I feel like it. Every 3rd, 4th, or 5th foil. No set pattern. I feel like when you do them spontaneously, it makes a better color. It's not uniformed and look too fake. So we are adding those lowlights in to give her some, shine, give her some pigment in there to make the hair reflect and look shinier and healthier. And at the same time, I am really just focusing on the root, and I'm getting as close as possible to the scalp. I want to just go over, because I did have a couple of comments on my last video that was on the scalp lightener of a client that I switched over to Babylights. And I want to just say I find highlighting with Babylights and regular highlights a lot more healthier than on the scalp lightener for many reasons. For example, when you do on the scalp lightener, if that client doesn't come every 4 weeks like clockwork and their hair gets longer than a 1/2 inch, you're going to develop something called hot roots, where that first 1/2 inch of the hair in the heat zone will get really level 10 white beautifully quick. And then anything longer than that will just stay dull. And no matter what, the only way to try to rid that from happening is to overlap. And that becomes a set problem, because you're going to have clients who don't listen. They don't come in every 4 weeks. They're going to constantly come when they feel like it. Then you have to go in. You're going to want to overlap even though it's not healthy. And it ends up becoming so problematic. Also, when you're doing Babylights or highlights, you're not foiling and lightening every single piece of hair. You're usually doing, even if you tightly pack them in, at least 50% of the hair, and the other 50% gets left out. So it does keep it a little healthier. And there's just so many different pros and cons for both of them. I personally do not like on the scalp lightener. I find it to be very aggravating. It's hard. It always fades and ends up banding out. And once the toner fades, you can see all those bands throughout the entire head. I've had so many clients come into my chair who do on the scalp lightener and they're very yellow, they're very broken, and you guys can see that in my last two videos alone, today's video and Monday's video. So this is how I personally feel is the best way to get blonde. If you don't agree with that, that's totally fine. We're all here with different, opinions. We all are stylists in our own right, and this is the way I choose to go about it. Now, I didn't have any damage, no breakage, maybe 5 hairs in the comb and brush, that's it. So I put Olaplex number 2 all over her mids and ends. I'm combing through, splitting her down the middle from her part. And we're going to go on the route with Goldwell Colorance 7N, 7NA. This is not too dark, but it's not too light. But she's okay with getting a little bit more of a shadow. Usually when somebody's on the scalp lightener of a client and they're switching over, I usually say to use a very, very faint tap with a level 8 or 9. You don't want to scare them away with too much depth in the base, but she's okay with it. She wants to get her hair healthier. She's down for this new dimensional rooted look, and I'm so glad for that. So I am using Colorance 7N, 7NA. Another thing about bleach and tones, when you're taking them from bleach and tone to a highlighted client, I notice that when you lighten them and then you do like the root toners and stuff and toners, it sometimes can do some weird things and be extremely porous and take and suck it up too blue, too green. So be careful on how much ash you use. And if you're really scared, use a neutral with some NB if you're using Shades EQ. Okay, and I also want to show you guys why I choose Babylights over on the scalp lightener. This is what I'm talking about when I say banding out. You see as she goes lower, it gets more orange and more yellow. That's because people are not overlapping or feathering down or anything. And then look at this. The person didn't even do her whole head. They literally made it bleed and they didn't even care. This is what happens from on the scalp lightener, and in my opinion, why I don't like it. This is after the first Babylight session. Look at that blend with that root shadow. Gorgeous. She's been coming to me ever since. We're doing Babylights. You can still get that look of solidness, but it's just more natural and nicer and a better grow out. So that, in my opinion, guys, is why I like Babylights. Alright guys, 3:24 a.m. and we're going to wrap this video up. I toned her with Shades EQ, 9V, 9P, 8VG, and 9G. This is our final result. A little bit of dimension, but a lot more natural looking and less yellow and less brassy. Let me know down below what you guys think. Also, leave video ideas down yonder in the comment section. I want to make sure I'm providing videos and content you guys want to see. Also, feel free to check out my personal Instagram and my personal YouTube channel. I am Brett Ryan. All the information's down below, the link and all that good stuff. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one on Monday. Until then, so long for now, guys. Mwah.